Hello, my friend. Maybe you've been worrying. Maybe you've been stressed out about that situation, And a lot of us get so scared whenever we don't know what's next in our life. It creates a sense of anxiety. Now, we're going to be breaking down the Bible, and we're going to be reading in Matthew today, but I just wanted to say, you don't have to have it all figured out, okay? Sometimes the best thing that you can do is just let go. And what I mean by let go is let go and allow God to work. You don't have to have everything controlled. You don't have to try and control every situation. Because when you try and control every situation that you have no control over, it will bring a sense of anxiety. And anxiety is like the final boss in like a superhero movie. It's hard to beat. It's hard not to be anxious, right? And whenever you're dealing with anxiety, you think of the worst case scenario or the worst thing possible. But have you ever had a thing in your life where basically you were overthinking about that situation or that thing or that person, and the situation went totally different than you expected, And then we start to have a lot of doubt before that. What if it goes like this, or what if it doesn't go like this way? And then we start to have these illusions and create all of these things in our brain that are not even true. Your mind can be an illusion sometimes, as the heart can be deceitful too. But don't go off feelings, go off faith, because your feelings can be deceitful. When you're dealing with impulsiveness, anger, sadness, you can tend to do things that basically lead you down a path of destruction. But we're going to be reading in Matthew 6:25. Therefore, I tell you, do not worry about your life, what you will eat or drink, or about your body, what you will wear. Is not life more than food, and the body more than clothes? I mean, let's think about it. Think about a time that you were overthinking or you were stressed about, and God took care of it. And then when you look back on those times, you realize that you didn't really have to worry about that situation. You didn't really have to try and control that situation like you thought you had to. And sometimes I think the reason why we try and take control of certain situations that we have no control over, I feel like sometimes it comes from childhood. If mom or dad wasn't emotionally available, you try to take control of their emotions. Hey mom, or hey dad, look at me, look at me, look at me. And then sometimes this can reflect into our adulthood. But I'm asking you this, be still, because God has already worked out that situation. You're going to be okay. And even if that situation turned out a different way than you expected, it's going to be in a way that you need, whether that be with joy, pain, or suffering. So don't look at pain or suffering as a bad thing. I mean, Jesus endured pain and suffering on this earth. So we are going to as well. So I want you to understand. Control what you can and let God do the rest. You don't have to try and control everything. This idea that you're creating in your brain that you have to take control of everything, you don't. So be still. Be still knowing that God's working out that situation. Be still and know that God is working in your life. But understand, faith without works is dead. So have that mustard seed of faith, knowing that everything's going to be okay and you're going to be okay. Just because you're experiencing some pain and some suffering doesn't mean that you're not growing and getting closer to God. Sometimes we find God at our darkest moments of our life. And that will make us truly realize that we've always needed God, not our own strength. We can't handle everything, but we have a God that loves us. So go to Him.